constantly going through different developmental changes. As leaders, it is really helpful to be aware of what children need at different ages, how they connect the best, and what they can understand. We want to help you with a broad understanding of each age group and some helpful tips to connect with them. So as a general rule, a child can roughly concentrate as many minutes as their age. So for example, a 5-year-old would most likely only be able to focus on an activity for about 5 minutes. So change up the activity or the way you are presenting or teaching to accommodate their attention span. Kids can grasp different biblical concepts like God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, the Bible, and salvation at different ages. It's important to consider these levels when leading your age group because what you teach could just go straight over their heads if it's not within the scope of what they can understand at that age. So, for example, a toddler or early preschooler wouldn't be able to grasp the concept of the Holy Spirit, but they would be able to grasp the fact that God helps me and He loves me. During their preschool years, you can lay the foundation that God is always with His people. He helps His people and He provides for them. On that foundation, kids aged around 8 and up generally start to understand that there's a third person in the Trinity who's sent as a special helper by Jesus. Towards their preteen years, we can continue to build on this to the point that they can understand that the Holy Spirit is like their comforter and He intercedes for them and He convicts us of our sin. So check out the booklet for a QR code and a link to our website, and you'll see the levels of biblical learning for more guidelines per age group. So let's look briefly at 4 age groups and some tips for each of them. So kids between the ages of 2 and 5 are just entering the world of communication. They are starting to want to do things for themselves as they figure out the world around them. They start asking lots of why questions at this stage. They enjoy stories and they have like these creative imaginations. So in order to connect, get down on their level, bend down, sit next to them as you interact with them, give them short, clear answers to their questions, and don't give them more than one instruction at a time. And when teaching, aim to change activities every 5 to 10 minutes. Teach about Jesus, what He's like, about what's right and wrong, and forgiving others. Don't go too abstract, like Him being a fisher of men. Keep it concrete and use large, colourful pictures to communicate a biblical account or a lesson. And let the children repeat after you when you pray. It'll help to guide them. They struggle to discern a bit between fantasy and reality, so just be aware of this as you prepare. And one thing about this age, they might not always remember all the content that you taught every week, but they'll remember how they felt in their time with you. So listen to their stories, be excited about their news, and be very patient when they miss their juice every week. They will always interrupt. So don't wait for an entire 5 minutes of silence. As you're talking about creation, you might say, on the first day, God, and they'll go, teacher, my dog had puppies this week. And you don't have to go, shh, shh, shh. You just go, oh my word, that's amazing. On day 1, God did this. On day 2, God did that. And you probably will get interrupted again. But just be excited about their news and keep going. So children between the ages of 6 and 8 are busy, I think as we know, and they love activity. So change things up every 10 to 15 minutes to maintain their attention. They've got better coordination, so ball games are really great, and colouring and cutting and crafts, they love that. They like rules and they understand that there are consequences for breaking them. Kids at this age are able to sense the bigness and the love of God. So in order to connect with them, allow them to feel useful by getting them to help hold things or fetch things for you. They view winning as important. So remember to lean towards keeping games inclusive instead of like knocking people out. They don't like that. See every child as a unique individual and get to know their personalities. So when teaching them, remember that they learn better by doing rather than listening. This really helps with stories. So you get them to be part of the lesson by acting things out or being involved in the retelling of a biblical account. Use lots of repetition, allowing them to recite and sing and respond with you. The teacher at this age plays a vital role of being consistently loving and fair. This reflects the heart of God to the children, the fact that he can be trusted. So as you try to understand and be there for each individual child and their different personality, don't force everyone to play a game if they would rather sit and watch. Some children take longer to feel the confidence to join in, but still show acceptance and give them another task in the game. For example, can you hold the skipping rope while the other children jump, just to keep them included. Then we have ages 9 to 11. So this is a lovely age group, full of energy. They want to be independent, they want to adventure and explore. Their reading is going pretty well by now, and so are their skills for reasoning. So at this age, they develop deeper friendships and are influenced more by them. So continually and consistently encourage them to choose good, solid friends. They're understanding the value of teamwork, so get them to enjoy doing things together as a group. That'll be good. So to connect with them, forming close friendships is important at this stage. So really try and get down to their level and learn what they enjoy, take an interest in their lives. Even if possible, try and connect with their families outside of a Sunday meeting, as this will do so much in showing the children that you're interested in their lives. Kids at this age love making memories together. You could go out for ice creams, take them for a bike ride, play at their house for a little bit. Those are invaluable things to build into their lives. So when teaching kids of this age, remember that this is the age that most children start to actually grasp the gospel and make a commitment to Jesus. It's just incredible. Such a pivotal time. So explain the way of salvation and don't miss those moments for these children to hear how you've come to know, love and serve Jesus, why you do what you do. Apply the biblical accounts to their own lives and their experiences, and encourage them consistently to read the Bible and speak to Jesus for themselves, and just stay close to them, modeling what it's like. So as you look with them at how the Bible guides our lives, apply it even to situations that arise in the lesson. So if a person's left out, encourage other children to draw them in, reflecting that Jesus always cares about those who feel on the outside. Or even forgiving an offense. Offenses are bound to happen. Someone wanted to pour the juice and another person got a turn, or someone scored a goal and a kid is upset. We work with that. We work with how to deal with those situations, to forgive, to come together again, to have grace for each other. And all the time reflecting that this is what it looks like to love and follow Jesus. The next age that we're going to be looking at is 12 to 14. So there's a lot of changes happening for the kids at this age. They are growing fast as they head into adolescence. It's very possible that you'll have some awkward kids sitting on the side and feeling really out of place. So to be a good encourager is vital. And they're beginning to notice and be attracted to the opposite sex. So help them with the boundaries and healthy friendships. Show them practically how to use the Bible to guide you. So to facilitate connection, remember that they love competition. So play games with them to connect and build memories through shared experiences. They've got a deep need to feel loved and accepted. So be attentive to how you speak to them and pull them in. They need to know that they really matter to you and the Lord. At this age, often doubts come in through being exposed to more ideas at school and through their friends. They may question parts of their belief in God, so be real with them. Let it be okay for them to ask questions and even have doubts, and tell them how God has helped you with your own periods of doubt. Explain to them that even godly people in the Bible made mistakes, and they weren't perfect. They need to grasp and understand God's grace. So help them discover their own abilities and gifts, and then provide spaces for them to use them. So try your best every time you meet with them to make the environment as accepting and welcoming and safe as possible. That means being aware of what is happening in the group. You look for who is new or who is on the edges. Explain regularly that an atmosphere of acceptance and inclusivity is a reflection of God's heart. One way that you could do that is if you see a child who's lonely, make sure that they're sitting next to you and include them in the conversations that you have. And then whisper in another kid's ear, why don't you do the same? Draw that person in and give them the reason. Give them the reason you're doing it so they can have vision to be Jesus' hands and feet, even on a Sunday morning. It's such a gift to work with children of different ages. And I hope this has helped you get a broad overview of the age groups and got you thinking about your specific age group and how you can connect with them. Each one of them, there's jewels to find. So remember to check out our training book for a more detailed table of each age group and how to interact with them and lead them. There's ways that can really magnify your influence and your impact in their lives. So I encourage you to go and find it.